Hi everybody and welcome to another L5R video and another awesome L5R game. We are currently playing the Jigoku Invitational tournament, which is well, as it says on the tin, a bunch of people have been invited because of their results in the Discord League. They have been gathering points throughout the season and have been invited to a tournament where we're playing, as you can see, in a dual elimination bracket. So we're gonna have everyone playing here, and the players who lose get to go on to the losers bracket. If you have played in fighting game tournaments, this is usually how we do fighting game tournaments, where you have 2 lives essentially. And the tournament is organized by Suke and has promised some pretty cool prizes actually. They look really nice, so really looking forward to battling this out. Today we have Comebackman versus 3DCube, Lion versus Phoenix, and some of the best players of their respective clans currently, which is gonna be cool to see. This is also open list format, so we are gonna be having a quick look at the deck lists before the game starts. First up is Comebackman's Oh My Pride. So this is the new stronghold from Emerald Legacy, from Through the Mists. It's Pride, where you get to get some recurring value every turn, which is pretty cool. Keeper of Air with Frostbitten Crossing, Meditation on the Tau, Pilgrimage, Spectral Visitation, Art of War. And we'll also see some new characters here, Akodo Cho, Sacrifice a Follower Attachment, and the controller of a chosen character either discards an attachment or bows the chosen character. Pretty strong, good stats. Should be cool to see. And this is basically some Commander good stuff. Commander mid-range from Lion with the new stronghold. And it's gonna be interesting to see how Comebackman does with this deck. It runs all the classics, like even the odds, you see Prepare for War, stuff like that, In Service to My Lord. Mushi Shin, interesting choice, could be good in this matchup I think. We also see one spicy Spearhead, which is interesting to see if this card can pull its weight. One Fate for a Bow with some extra caveats is not the cheapest bow, but there are a lot of stuff that you can do with it, alongside stuff like a Quarter Mastermind. Next up, we have, let's see if the player already, not yet. The Ultimate Cube. Wow, okay, so this is 3DCube's Shirogisu Dishonor deck, but this time Secret of Air. Interesting. We're before the throne, Deserted Shrine. Okay. That probably goes on Stronghold. We have Fertile Fields, Kuremori, and Rally to the Cause. I have seen 3DCube play this deck quite a lot, and I've played it as well. And usually, traditionally, you see province like Rally to the Cause on the Stronghold, but this deck actually runs Deserted Shrine on Stronghold instead, and runs Rally in the row to potentially stop a conflict. Because this deck doesn't really mind your opponent getting to the Stronghold, because the Deserted Shrine is there, and could finish off your opponent potentially with that. So yeah, Dishonor control, bids 1 first turn, and then relies on the card advantage from Shiragisu and the Phoenix cards like Taraka and Knave Student. Alongside, what is it? The other one. Okay, doesn't play that, never mind. But yeah, lots of Dishonor. Forgotten Library, of course. Is the restricted card. Card draw is good when you're bidding 1. Also runs that one cheeky Spice at Court to try to snipe some good cards. Only runs 2 Censures, interesting. Kiriko could be quite scary for Comebackman. There's a lot of character abilities that the Lion deck runs. So Comebackman is gonna need to keep that in mind. And of course, we see a bunch of Dishonor stuff like Magistrate's Intervention, Court Games, For Shames. Yeah, I thought there weren't no For Shames. And we also see a new card here in One with the Sea. So this card is probably gonna be used mostly to move in Comebackman's characters to enable For Shames, maybe. But also maybe to harpoon in Comebackman's characters into unfavorable conflicts. Could be nice alongside Acolyte of Koyana, actually. Moving in a bout character or a secured win and then giving the character pride and dishonoring it. Could be cool. Alright, let's see if the plays are ready. We have Comebackman here. Ready to go. Let's put on some nice music for you all. Let's see. If I can find the music. Do I need a free trial? No, I want something for free. I want free stuff. How's this? This is quite loud. Sure, let's go for it. Let's try this out. See if I get a cease and desist or something. Alright, plays are ready. Let's go. Let's zoom in a bit. That should be fine. My camera died. Okay. Let's try to kick it back up. can see my beautiful face. Maybe something like that? Oh, that's great. Let's go like that. Okay. So we're gonna see 3DCube on first player. Which I think is preferable for 3DCube. Getting the correct rings with this deck could be important. Firing off those earth rings. Getting some extra card draw from that as well. This music was very intense, holy shit. Alright. Indeed, Jester. That's how we're doing things around here. Okay, so good start for Comebackman, I think. Finding a Coda Mastermind and an Honored Veterans to honor the Mastermind. 3DCube with a Naive Student, also a good start. Very cheap start for 3DCube. Could potentially pass here or go for another character. Because Comebackman is probably gonna go for that Honored Veterans. Unless he has even the odds in hand. Or maybe a cheeky Prepare for War. How are you, Robert? Everything alright down there in this corner? And we are gonna see another character from 3DCube with only one fate. Interesting. Bit more aggressive play here from 3DCube than I usually see. Interesting. And Comebackman is gonna steal the fate here, so yeah, probably some kind of honor effect in hand. Rough but good. Staying alive, that's all you can do in these times. Stay strong. Oh, and we're gonna see this Scholar with 2 fate instead, so that's why 3DCube went with only 1 fate on the Oathkeeper, only a vanilla 2/2/1. And as suspected, 3DCube goes for the 1 bid, and Comebackman with the 3 bid to get some cards at least. I like the passive from Comebackman, because if Comebackman can save this on the Veterans for next turn, when they are first player, they can potentially get that down and get the passing fate. So trying to steal a passing fate when you're second player is usually a good tactic. Especially in a very resource heavy game like a Dishonor game we're seeing here. 3DCube hits Pilgrimage, which is probably the best province for Comebackman in this matchup, because 3DCube does not want to break provinces. The plan is to Dishonor here, and not getting any ring effects is quite tough. So hitting Pilgrimage, good for Comebackman, good start. We're gonna see a defense. Interesting. Just to prevent the unopposed honor loss, I guess. We'll also see Pride getting triggered to give Mastermind a +1/+1 follower attachment. By defending this, it looks like Comebackman is having some reason to retaliate here, because they want to win the ring to stop Summon Scholar from being active, because this is Earth. This is a tactic, this is a tactic. So we might just see a conflict character come down here from Comebackman. We also saw a In Service to My Lord taken from the Technical Ingenuity. Quite a good versatile target tactic for the line deck, because you can either use it to ready something or ditch it with Mastermind to bow something quite spicy. And as suspected, we see the conflict character here, probably going in Political Water. I didn't see if there were any Prepare for Wars in Comebackman's deck. Prepare for the one that you discard and give +3/+3. That is not Prepare for War, yeah? I don't remember. The attachment. We'll see what happens. Void Ring, okay. Yeah, Fate in the Crown practically forces the Void Ring out of Comebackman, but it's a good ring here. Try to get rid of the board. Water as well. Water could potentially protect the Void Ring as well, because if Comebackman wins this ring, can ready the Mastermind, and then the Void Ring is essentially safe because of the defense. So both attacks are reasonable here, both Water and Void, I think. Ooh, and it's gonna be Rally to the Cause. Maybe flipping it to military? Yeah. Which is gonna force potential card out of Comebackman here to win this ring. You could see the Fence with the Valiant Oathkeeper, or the Scholar maybe. Favor is important in this matchup. Both players are on censures, if I remember it correctly. No defense. Oh, and Assassination. That's an expensive Assassination on an Ageless Crone, because of that extra Fate expenditure from the Ageless Crone cost. And yeah, you can see the card, good. But it stops the conflict, which was probably worth it in the end. Let's see if 3DCube goes for Void or Earth, Void or Fire here. Fire is risky because of Prepare for War. What is this music? I don't know. Apologies for the special music choice. I do what I can. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be Void because of said commander card. Trying to get rid of the Mastermind, could be good. Ooh, spicy. Looking at Pilgrimage, maybe. Nope. Filling it out with Meditations on the Tau. That's a... I would say it's a rough find, but just losing a one coster off of it is okay. Now 3DCube knows that the Meditations is there, so it can plan around it. So I think 3DCube is fine hitting that with just the Oathkeeper. Would have been a lot worse if it was like a Taraka with one Fate or something. That would have been a disaster. And here we might just see Mastermind doing something to try to prevent this Void Ring. But we could also see just the move in for the to stop the unopposed on the loss. Let's see. This Void Ring is actually very good for 3DCube, because if they get it, they can use Shirgisu and in the Fate phase. Because Mastermind is going to be on 0 Fate. So this Void Ring is very good from 3DCube. Really nice play. Unless there's a call to war. I have to check actually what the restricted card of the... Yeah, the restricted card in the Lion deck is call to war, so that could prevent the Shirigisu trigger, but Comebackman would have to have played it now because of 3DCube being first player. Yeah, there we see the Shirigisu trigger. Getting an extra card. So even though 3DCube bid 1, they're now on card parity. Kind of. Comebackman has technically one more card on the board with the Tactical Ingenuity. But still, good start from 3DCube. And the Mastermind didn't do much except defend the conflict. And one assassination gun from 3DCube, only one left in the deck. Motso could be good here. Try to force some awkward defense. Or some wasting of cards to prevent Motso from triggering. But it's gonna be Tsuko instead. This was some heavy music. Let's skip this one. What's this? Pizzicato strings, that sounds good. More my jam. Sage of Gisei Toshi could be spicy here to try to stop Tsuko, but it's gonna be Ethereal Dreamer instead. Ashigara level coming down as well to enable that in service to my lord for Tsuko. That's what the Lion used their peasants for, cannon fodder. Keep considering passing here. But there's gonna be another Sullen Scholar coming down. So now the Earth Ring becomes very important. On the veterans, it's gonna honor Tsuko, no Bushis. On the table for 3DCube. And 3DCube gets the Passing Fate. So, second player getting Passing Fate 2 turns in a row. Interesting. And bid 1 has started. Interesting to see what the Dreamer is gonna go for here. What ring is gonna be chosen. We could see water, although there's a lot of unbows in 3DCube's deck. We have Fan of Command, we have Ready for Battle, and Service to my Lord. Fire could be good to dishonor Tsuko. Air, of course, the game plan is to dishonor opponent. Or Earth. Earth is quite a huge ring this turn. So let's see. And it's gonna be Earth, yeah. Makes Comebackman think twice about attacking Earth, maybe. But Comebackman has a very good target here for an attack in the completely blank relic to the cost now. And if Comebackman decides to, I think he can just straight up win this conflict. Tsuko can attack, and then if need be, the Mastermind can move in with an even odds. Which would enable a bow, because all of the Phoenix characters are 1 glory or less, and even odds is a tactic, so that would become a bow. So yeah, this conflict is going to be tough for 3DCube to defend. Comebackman looking at the airing. Airing could be good here. The way Comebackman loses, as said again, is dishonor. So let's see what happens here. Air or Earth? Both good choices, I think. Air for that extra fate. Comebackman a bit low on that right now. The Lion are going to war, but they're not sure what kind of war they want to wage. One about precision and perfection, about stability and strength. It's gonna be stability going by the book with this Earth Ring. Matsutsuko swinging in. 8 military. This is gonna be hard for 3DCube to defend. No for shames online with no courtiers available. I think. Yeah, there are no courtiers in the conflict deck as well. There was Taraka and I think a neutral character. No, Miyako. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not much 3DCube can do here, but we are gonna see elemental inversion to swap the ring to water. So the fate goes on the earth ring and the ring becomes completely useless. Such a nice, neat little trick that Phoenix can use. Controlling the rings, very Phoenix-like. So the province breaks and the ring is useless. And I think that's totally fine for 3DCube. This province has done its job. It prevented a water ring. Last turn was the void. I can't remember. And now it's done its purpose. It can get broken. As I said, 3DCube kind of wants Comebackman to get to the stronghold because of the Search Shrine. There is Insert to my Lord. And no censures from 3DCube. 2 censures in the deck for 3DCube. And Tsuko is back up on her feet. Using the peasants as a stepping stone. As the lion do. Here comes the earth. Onto pilgrimage. Okay. Other promises are Art of War and why can't I remember provinces? An air province. Interesting to not yeah, the Frostbitten Crossing is probably on Stronghold because it's gonna be completely useless this game. So the other province was the Echoes. I know cards. I've played this game before. So still spicy going for the pilgrimage here, valuing just getting the scholar triggers over getting the over risking potential. I can't remember the name of the province, the Earth province. I'm gonna check. I tried. Spectral Visitation, yeah, that's right. And we're gonna see court games found by Comebackman and Comebackman honoring the mastermind. Let's see if 3DCube is gonna play a card here, I think. Yeah, a total of 2 cards have been played by 3DCube. And 3 from the lion. JDQ passes. Doesn't see. Think that the ring has enough value to fight over. So let it go. Let's see if Tsuko comes back in here. Fire could be good. Void could be good. Air, of course, is, as I said again, the game plan from 3DCube. So sure, why not? And again, there's not much 3DCube can do here really. This board isn't looking that threatening. A couple of 1/1/1s. Staring down the might of the Lion Clan champion, right? And it is gonna be air, and it's gonna be before the throne. How does Tsuko interact with before the throne? Guess we're gonna find out if Comebackman triggers here. Like, the honor steal is gonna happen as an interrupt, so the conditions for her reaction aren't met anymore. I don't know. Let's see. It doesn't care. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see if there's a call to war from Comebackman. First, it's gonna be a Void Ring here, swinging in, and found the Art of War. Really nice scouting here from 3DCube, because it's totally fine to hit the province that I just looked up, Spectral Visitation here, and losing this because it's the last conflict of the turn. There's a call to war to save the Mastermind. Any censures? This could be important. No! Mastermind survives. Okay, so Comebackman is looking really strong going into turn 3. There's still 30 cards left in the conflict deck, so the Search Shrine is useless. It's even beneficial for Comebackman right now because of Mastermind. And we got a bot. Let's kick this bot. Always nice to get some extra traffic in the channel, but I'd rather have real viewers. Okay, we see pretty good flip for Comebackman with the line spread Paragon. Prodigy is also decent in this matchup. Field Tactician is a card I really like, in that it's quite strong, especially in the low bid matchups. So you can ensure what you're drawing in a couple of turns, or in the same turn with Tactical Ingenuity. Also see Motsu. For 3DCube we see a spicy Takahiro. And I can't ever remember which part is which. Gets plus military for dishonored characters and plus political for honored characters. Also as Pride. We're gonna see Meddling Mediator come down. And Prodigy for Comebackman, getting that extra honor. It's hard to dishonor a line. 3DCube with lots of fate here. You could see Inquisitor. Could be good, actually ensuring a bow on Tsuko or Mastermind right now, because they are fateless. It's gonna be Takahiro coming down. Lots of political skill if he can happen to land in the same conflict as Tsuko and the Mastermind. Comebackman taking some time to consider here. I'd assume the Paragon comes down, yeah. Let's see if 3DCube answers with the Inquisitor. Getting a bit low on fate here for that play. But we'll see. Did the music stop? Was it... Are we out of music? Looks like we are out of music. So let's... restart it, I guess. Okay, Paragon comes down and 3DCube is taking some time to consider here. Pure Heart could be good. For second conflict, honoring a character. Not much value in honoring here. I guess Takahiro. To glory, but it's gonna be, yeah, a Pure Heart with 2 fate. Could honor itself as well. Let's see if we see the honored veterans. Oh yeah, honored veterans is a spicy play here, with the Pure Heart being actually a Bushi. And looks like 3DCube missed the opportunity to honor the Pure Heart. Just have one Bushi, honor each of those characters. Yeah, I think 3DCube is missing out on an honor here. That's too bad. Yeah, I got it. So they're talking it through. It looks like 3DCube just missed the window. All good. No information has passed between the action resolving and where we're at, so totally fine, even in a competitive setting. Very big, quote-unquote, competitive setting. It definitely is fine to fix this little interface error. Alright, so looking at the board right now, if 3DCube can hold on this turn and Comebackman doesn't have that many saves left, Comebackman could be in trouble, because this is a lot of value going away. And 3DCube has been building board all game. The Field Tactician could have been spicy here to play a tactic and then recur Call to War. Could have been an interesting play, but instead Comebackman choosing to go for Motso instead. Perhaps already having at least one Call to War in hand, I'd assume then. So 1-1 and 2 fate on the firing. I think a cheeky poke with the fire with like a Solid Scholar could be interesting here. Get some fate. But 3DCube is gonna need a lot of characters for defense here. It's gonna be Void on the Dreamer. Yeah, with Comebackman's characters on 1 fate and a lot of 3DCubes as well. Protecting Void could be good here. Okay, we're gonna see a big attack. Okay, whoa. Big, I assume, political fire? Because of the boost Takahiro gets from the Pure Heart. Yep. So this is gonna be a 9 political attack, because Takahiro hasn't counted the extra skill yet. Because technically we're not in the conflict yet. This probably means that 3DCube also has, well, it could potentially mean that 3DCube has Final Whisper in hand as well, even though this just taking 2 Fate off of a Dishonoring ring is also very good. Okay, so here comes Comebackman with the defense. Mastermind and Paragon defending, which means that this Takahiro is huge now. Wow, 7 skill for a 2-coster. That is, that's the best Takahiro I've ever seen, I think. Mastermind finds Service to my lore. Good find. Good find. So 3DCube is winning, but not breaking, so not getting the effect. See if there's a court games or potentially for shame. There are no court tiers. So could dishonor this Paragon. Which would mean actually that it's only a -1 because Takahiro is gonna lose 2 skill. Ouch, that's rough. And dishonoring the mastermind does nothing for the conflict. Takahiro, what is this card? It's so funny. Imagine doing this math in real life. So here's the for shame. So yeah, instead of a 3 difference, now we have 4 difference. So we're gonna need to see something else from 3DCube here for this to really matter. We actually probably need to see 2 more skill because of the pride. Probably putting a card under the Paragon. Elemental Inversion to move the ring to Earth? Okay, yeah. Oh, this song we're gonna skip. So moving the ring to Earth means that the scholars are gonna be online. So maybe 3DCube can survive this turn. Which would be pretty huge. Oh, but there's a defend genre and no cancels available for 3DCube. And I think this defend genre is very good here from Comebackman to prevent the ring switch. I just reminded myself that I need to hover the cards that I'm talking about to help some players that might not know every single card in the game, which is a tough ask, seeing as I can't remember cards that I've just looked at 2 minutes ago. Spectral Visitation, Spectral Visitation, Spectral Visitation, yeah, that's it. So Defend Genre was played and bid 1-1. Shirgi's Bows draws a card. Filter draw is awesome. There's an Ornate Fans on 3DCube, so currently breaking. Putting a lot of effort into this conflict, but I think, if I remember correctly, 3DCube plays 3 Elegant Tessents, so we might just see some of this board coming back up. I think this conflict is quite huge. So winning by 6, so the pride trigger won't save Comebackman here. We're gonna need something else. 1 court games played, has 2 more. And no tactics in the discard pile yet. Comebackman passes. Ooh. That's huge for 3DCube. So Takahiro gets honored. I'm probably gonna see this one on Motso maybe, or on the Paragon. Because the Mastermind is out of commission. Well, if there's a Final Whisper, we'll probably see it on Paragon or Motso. So then the Final Whisper can go on something else. But it's gonna be Matsuzuko that gets dishonored. Good choice, I think. Which led to... Where am I going with this? I don't remember, I lost my train of thought. But Zuko is dishonored. So one less honor for Comebackman here. But still, that defend your honor was quite important from Comebackman. Could have been a lot worse with double Solemn Scholars online. And Dreamer, just to remind ourselves, is on Void currently. Yeah, Comebackman really stretching it here. Out of Fate, even on cards, and board is potentially going away here if there's no Call to War, as the Field Tactician wasn't played. Let's see if Comebackman can make some magic happen though. Going in Political Earth. And 3DCube, not much left here. No courtiers in the near vicinity. So no for shames. Could see Magistrate's Intervention. Because that doesn't need a participating courtier or magistrate, I think. Political, maybe. Comebackman with no court games in hand, most likely. Or, well, the court games wouldn't actually have saved the yeah, it would have saved the province because of pride as well. So yeah, no court games. So going political here is interesting. Has the favor though. So even if everything gets bowed, 3DCube is gonna need to defend, and it's gonna be a big defense with 2 characters, Scholar, and hitting Fertile Fields. So some even more card draw for 3DCube. Could even potentially see Taraka coming down here with 6 Fate in the pool. Taraka or Miyako could be good as well. Difficult defense here for 3DCube. Not breaking currently, but Comebackman has shown his hand. No court games. Let's see if 3DCube can make something happen here. Comebackman passes after the Fertile Fields card draw. Tessen on the Shiva Pure Heart, so maybe one with C here. Let's see if we see the C, the one with the C. Something like that. Yeah, there's the one with the C. So going for a bit of a tricksy play instead of readying before the conflict and defending normally with the Pure Heart. We're seeing 3DCube using one with the C, probably to make Comebackman miscalculate the conflict. It looks like it actually worked with 3DCube now winning this conflict. Very spicy play. But there's an assassination. Holy shit. Comebackman with the assassination on the Pure Heart. Slam. Okay, I don't think 3DCube was expecting that. But I think... Very ballsy play here from Comebackman. Again, for like the 15th time, the way Comebackman loses is Dishonor, even though we've seen one province break here. So I think 3DCube is kind of okay with that, even though it was a lot of value and a lot of power into that Shiva Pure Heart. Okay, court games comes down. So this might just be saved after all, but with some extra cards expended. There's the Dishonor, and it looks like there's a Final Whisper happening here. Yep, Final Whisper. You can see the clocks going back and forth with them choosing targets, and Prodigy gets Disarmed as well. Might as well. And there's Sharpen the Mind, was the card I was looking for earlier. This is gonna discard a In Service to My Lord, so it's a free +3/+3, essentially. +3/+3 for one card, which is the Sharpen the Mind. Which is a classic and very good combo for Lion. Hey Suken, is it Go Lion or is it Go Italia? And this means that Comebackman is going to be up on breaking again. But really pushing it here. Don't think... oh. Uh-oh, 3DCube with another miss here. Probably has a Disarm in hand. That is rough. That could have been a huge huge win for 3DCube. Well, not a win of the conflict, but would have meant another card. Potentially another province saved for 3DCube. Which could have been important. And Earthring fires. Discards the one with the C, and I think 3DCube is fine with that. The tricks have been revealed, so to speak. Okay, so now the important thing here is, does Comebackman 1 primarily, can Comebackman break this turn? Does he have bounce size and Way of Lions? And 2, if Comebackman cannot break this turn, does he have Call to War? At least one. Assuming, since he didn't play the Field Tactician, I'd assume that he has at least one. But we don't know. We'll have to see. Yep, it's hard to know the reasonings behind the cards. As streamers, we don't have access to hands, which is probably a good idea. So we can only speculate on what the reasonings behind all the decisions are. And I try to find it more interesting to listen to when someone is discussing what the reasonings behind a play is, rather than just saying outright that this play is bad, they should have done this instead. Like discussing the possibilities, oh, they could have this card and then this card, or maybe they're doing this because of this. It sounds more interesting to me, at least. And here we are, going in water. Yeah, Tadaka is a very good reason, for sure, for getting the Fate, as I mentioned. So big defense here from Comebackman. Looks like Comebackman is gonna let this turn go. There is the In Service to My Lord to bow the Prodigy, and maybe ready Motso or Tsuko. Probably Tsuko. No, Motso, because of Pride, yeah. Well, Pride could go on the Paragon as well. So some options here for Comebackman, for sure. So we might actually see a strong, threatened stronghold here. 3DCube is on 2 Tadakas. Comebackman wins the ring, and 3DCube with the concede. After that, what looks to be a misplay. Missed opportunity for 3DCube. That's rough. Yeah, that was a huge opportunity for 3DCube. But if Comebackman can't break here for some reason, maybe 3DCube has a Miyako or something, or Tessence, since we saw that huge swing the first conflict, there could be potential Tessence here. One already gone, but maybe. So maybe 3DCube could survive this, but seeing as there is a GG, looks like 3DCube doesn't have it. So congratulations to Comebackman, proceeding in the Jigoku Invitational, going into round 2 in on winner's side. Let's have a quick look at the bracket before we leave. It was not a throw. Please keep a positive tone in the chat tomorrow. Okay, so we saw Comebackman taking it over 3DCube, so Comebackman is gonna play against Ignitas or Shizuru in winners round 2. And let's see how this works. So Comebackman and 3DCube was game 3. So 3DCube is gonna pop down here and gonna be playing against the loser of Shizuru and Ignitas. Yeah, that's how it works. What other interesting games we have? We have seen Komal and Sioe play. They played off stream. I didn't have the time to stream that, unfortunately. Komal took it. And we have Starsocket and Hidasuke battling out for place against Komal. We have, as I said, Shizuru and Ignitas. We have me and Darther. Very interesting deck from Darther. It's going to be fun to play against that. Kind of Bushi Honor mid-range stuff. I love mid-range stuff. It's so fun. It feels very pure L5R. It's going to be a fun game. And then we have Kikitatsura and Kori. So Jinsedo and Merlin Tho duking it out, with Jinsedo taking it. I think that was on Tomoya's stream, yeah. Then we have Ruruni Musashi and Curtius playing for a spot against Jinsedo. So a lot of interesting games here coming up in the Jigoku Invitational, and it's gonna be fun to see. Gonna be a lot of fun games. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll try to stream as much as I can, and hopefully you enjoy watching it, so I'll continue streaming. Lost the final 100 gun. Comebackman won. 3DCube conceded, was out of options after big swing on a political attack that broke the fertile fields. That was it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.